Hey everyone, it's Jen. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I have a product review for you. I was contacted by glassboardstudio.com and they asked me if I would be interested in reviewing one of their glass craft mats. And like I'm sure a lot of other YouTubers out there, I get contacted pretty frequently by different companies asking me to review their products and share it with my viewers. A lot of them I say no to. Actually, most of them I say no to just because it's not a product I would be interested in, not something that would pertain to crafting, or not something I think you guys would be interested in. But this I thought would be a really fun product to review. I've always been wanting to try a glass cutting mat or a glass craft mat because I think they're pretty versatile, and for a paper crafter, one who uses inks as well and cuts things, I thought it would be a really great product to have. Usually I just use self-healing mats for like gluing and cutting and things like that, but let me just show you an example of one of my self-healing mats. This is what they end up looking like. They're like all stains, they have glue messes on them that you can't get up, and then I just like throw them out. And obviously this is much smaller than the craft mat that I was sent. So yeah, I wanted to try this glass craft mat, and I am looking forward to sharing my thoughts with you. If you are interested in a glass craft mat or anything else on their website, you can use my coupon code, which is Gen20, and you can get 20% off. I will leave the links down below. So yeah, let me show you the different features of this mat, and I'll show you different things you can do with it. Okay, so I just zoomed out a little bit so you could see exactly how big it is. So the measurements go from 0 in the corner to 22 inches on the length. Oh, there goes Gus, you could see him. And then up top it goes to 16 inches, and he's scratching my carpet. Gus, thank you. So all the inches are divided into fourths too. Let me just zoom in so you can see a little bit there. So it makes it really easy to measure as you're working on projects. I've been finding I'm using these grid lines just to like align my cards to see quickly how big something is. When you're doing lettering or adding banners to your cards, you know, you can use these lines to center and to make sure everything's evenly lined up. So these grid lines have really come in handy, even more than I thought they would. I've been testing this for about a week, so yeah, I really like that part of it, that it has measurements on it. This particular cutting mat is magnetized as well. So you can get yours either magnetized or not, and I thought magnets would be really nice to help hold things in place, as us paper crafters need sometimes. They did send me these magnets that work really well with the cutting mat. These are rare earth magnets, which are super strong, and since the magnet is or the metal is underneath the glass, and the glass is 1/4 inch thick, you really need strong magnets to be able to work. So just like regular magnets don't stick, like your dies will not stick to this, but these are great for holding like papers and things in place as you're working on them. So like I said, you can get it magnetized or not. Also, another good thing about these cutting mats, this one that I chose is white, but there are lots of other different colors on their website, even really pretty floral patterns. I like the white because one of their things that they're proud of on their website is that the white is a true white. It doesn't have a green tint that a lot of other glass craft mats can have. So if you're using your surface to like mix colors with paints or alcohol markers or inks, something like that, you get a really true representation of what the color is as you're mixing them if you're using this as a palette. And to that end, this is really easily cleaned. That's another thing that I really liked about it. Like, I use my ink pads a lot, I use Sharpies a lot, and I tend to make a mess. So if you use a Sharpie on this, let me just show you. Is that working? Yeah. Let me zoom in so you can see. Okay, I'm just kind of making a mess on the cutting mat. And here's an ink pad. This is a Distress Oxide ink. I always have it handy. Let's just pretend I'm making a mess with that. You know, if I was doing that on my self-healing mat, that would probably stain, or just right directly on my desk, that would stain. But you could clean this up with water, any household cleaner, alcohol wipes. I bought this container of alcohol wipes from Target, and I've just been using this and it works really well. So what I do is I just take a wipe, just wipe it off. It comes off so easily. And if you are a cleaning nut like me, this is really satisfying that it comes off so easily like that. And then you just take like a microfiber cloth and dry it off, or it'll dry by itself. No staining, which is awesome. And also you can cut on this too. So if you're using like your X-Acto knife or, you know, whatever on your projects, you could just cut right on this and it doesn't scratch, which I was worried about, but nope, it doesn't scratch at all. Totally smooth. So that is really nice. Another thing that I like about this is that, say you want to do some stamping, and I use a Stamp-A-Majig to stamp my wood stamps. So the Stamp-A-Majig has just like a foam layer on the back of it, just to kind of hold it in place, and it really does stay nicely on here. If you're holding it and say you're taking a stamp and you want to stamp, it just works really, really well, and it grips, is what I'm trying to say. The Stamp-A-Majig grips onto the glass and creates a nice steady place for you to do your stamping on. So that's another plus about this craft mat. Let's see. Oh, another thing, it's heat resistant too because it's glass. So you can do your heat embossing right on this. And I have this heat tool that I do my embossing on, and I usually do it, I have a countertop that I do my heat embossing on, but I always have to, you know, get up and go over there and do it. So I could just do this right here at my desk. Don't have to worry about like warping the material underneath, and you know, you could just set this down when you're done and it's hot. That's okay. It's not going to do anything to the craft mat, which is, I think is great. So I love having this here as my base on my desk, and I could do anything I want on top of it. It's really nice and sturdy too. I've put heavy things on here, no problem. And it just has, it's a nice like palette, even not just for mixing paints and things like that, but just to have a nice fresh place for you to do your crafting on. And I think it's like a really nice blank canvas. So yeah, let me know what you think. If you have any questions, please let me know. I've really been enjoying using this craft mat, and thank you to Glassboard Studio for sending this to me. And I do recommend it if you're looking for a glass mat. You know, they could be a little bit pricey, but the 20% off should really help if you're looking for that. Again, that's Gen 20, and they do have a lifetime manufacturing warranty as well. And they're right here in the United States, so that's always good. So I'll leave a link to their website down below, and I'll leave my coupon code down there too. So thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, please let me know down in the comment section, and I'll be back soon with another crafty video. Take care, everybody. Bye.